Right folks, for today's video we've got ourselves a little treat I picked up in Iceland for £3.25. We have luxury salt and pepper chicken with a sachet of chili seasoning. It's a little blurb here. It says cooked breaded chicken breast pieces with onion, red and green peppers and a sachet of chili seasoning. So it's more than just the chicken, there's also some veg in there. Let's get a closer look at the packaging. It claims to be new. There is the serving suggestion. They've just got it by itself in a bowl. It does have a 1 chili rating. It's 350 grams. Flipping it over, we get our cooking instructions. Basically, oven fan 200 for 20 minutes. There's a little more to it than that. A few steps you've got to follow. We'll get into those later. Ingredients. The main ones being cooked breaded chicken breast 50%, red pepper 16%, green pepper 16%, and onion 16%. There is the nutritional information for the folks that want it. Each pack will set you back 363 calories. Yeah, so let's have a look at this. It's oh, there's some nice chunky bits of veg in there. I quite like that. The chicken looks wouldn't mind seeing. Oh, okay, that peeled off quite nicely, but it made a bit of noise. There is a salt and pepper chili. Oh, sorry, salt and chili pepper. I had that all wrong. Little chicken fingers by the look of it. It's a bit of a bigger one. That's what the chicken looks like. To be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing more chicken in there. And there is the nice chunky bits of veg. I quite like that. Nice big pieces of veg there. It's just looking a little light on the chicken. It would be nice if there was more chicken in there. The cooking, right? It's a bit of a mission for these. You've got to do it on different layers. So you've got to separate this first of all. Put the chicken on the top layer of the oven, or top shelf of the oven for 6 minutes on a baking tray for 6 minutes. After that 6 minutes, you then add the vegetables on the bottom shelf of the oven and let it go for another 14 minutes to make up the 20. So it's a bit of a... I like the idea of being able to shove the whole thing in the air fryer, just hit go. Luckily with the Sage air fryer that I have, I can actually separate them and do them on different shelves, so we should be good. Just it would be better if you could pop the whole thing in the air fryer and just hit go. Anyway, I'll get back to you guys when we're ready for some eating. Right folks, this is our meal fresh out the air fryer. Let's get ourselves a closer look at it quickly. I'm keen to tuck into this and see what it's all about. So here is the salt and pepper chicken. I've put it on top of the veg. Veg is underneath. And then I've just got it served with some chips with black pepper cracked over them and a little squirt of mayonnaise. Right, let's have a look at this stuff. This is the chicken itself. I'm not sure how well this is going to... Oh, there it's focused. Little chicken fingers, they're not all that impressive. Let's find out what they taste like though. The sachet of what was it? Salt and chili pepper. That seasoning is quite nice. The chicken, it's a little dry. The chicken has a nice flavor, but it is a little dry. I'm guessing in part that's because you're cooking it, fan 200 for 20 minutes, and they're so, it's like very skinny. I guess that dries it out. The flavor is there though. It's just most of your mouthful is the bread, right? The seasoning from the sachet is very nice. The bread coating just seems to be a plain coating, and then it's just unfortunate there's such a little bit of chicken on the inside. And it is very dry. The nicest thing about that is the seasoning. Let's try some of the veg quick. I'm expecting the veg to be good. It was, after all, just plain frozen veg with no seasoning, no, nothing to it, just plain that you've cooked on a baking tray. So the onions are on point. The seasoning brings it to life quite nicely. Yep, the peppers are good. Let's just try a red pepper quick. The veg is good. As I say, it's just plain veg. The salt and chili pepper helps it along quite nicely, livens it up quite a bit. But let's just try and get a little bit of, I guess we've got to try this, right? We've got some onion, we've got some red pepper, we've got some green pepper on the top. See if we can get some chicken. And we have a bit of everything on a fork. Let's see how this hits. They work well together. To be fair, the nicest thing about this is actually the seasoning sachet that you get with it. The chips are on point. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, this. So it was £3.25. And initially when you first see it, there's that disappointment when you see how little chicken is in there. Now this particular piece of chicken's got a little more life in it. It's not as dry as the rest of them. So as I was saying, you open it up initially, there's this disappointment of the amount of chicken you see. Then when you actually get into it and start getting it onto the separated trays for cooking, that's when you notice the vegetables are actually just chopped up frozen veg. There's no seasoning, coating, sauce, nothing like that. And the only other thing that you get with it is that sachet of seasoning, which you don't really need. You could really well season this yourself, throw some salt and pepper on it. So it's a bit of an odd one in that regard. It's bang average, and it certainly doesn't deserve the luxury branding that it has. It is edible though. I'm just not feeling like I got value for money at £3.25, and it's definitely not, there's definitely nothing luxury about it. It still is a fun meal to pick at. It improves it quite a bit when you have a little bit of everything on your fork. Although I think that's just more me having fun with it than anything else. I think the fact that you cook the stuff all separately and then season it afterwards, none of the flavors are infused. But if all of this stuff was cooked together, maybe some of the juices from the vegetables would have absorbed into the chicken and it wouldn't be so dry. There would be, you know, if it was all cooked in one, I think it might be better. Right now, none of these flavors are infused together. They're all very separate. So it does level it up a little when you have a little bit of everything on your fork. But really is bang average from Iceland on this one. Their luxury branding seems to be very hit and miss. Sometimes we get like certified bangers. Other times like this, it's an epic fail. That's all I can say for this one. It is edible. It's certainly not. If I had to forget the luxury branding and the price and all of that and rate it on flavor alone, I would go for a 3-star experience, because the sachet that you get with it adds quite a bit to it. That's where all the flavor is coming. The rest of the ingredients are fairly bland. All the flavor is coming from that sachet, and it is quite a nice seasoning. It is quite a nice seasoning. So on flavor alone, for the dish, I would give it a 3-star experience. Taking in all the other factors would probably knock that score down a little. But on flavor alone, we'll go for a 3-star experience. There is a nice looking piece of onion here that's got a whole lot of that seasoning on it. Let's see how this hits. Yeah, man, the seasoning is definitely the best thing about this meal. And it does have, the one thing they did get right is they said it had a 1 chili rating, and that's perfect. The seasoning does give you a little bit of a tingle on the tongue as like an afterburn. Very well worth the 1 chili rating. But still, overall, bang average. The vegetables are better than the chicken, more enjoyable than the chicken. You know you got a problem when that happens. Right, with that said, as usual, I'm just over talking it. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.